CAG report says Department of Telecom flouted rules and procedures, brushing aside PM and Finance Ministry's advice for 2G spectrum allocation. Indicts former Telecom Minister Raja for acting in non-transparent and arbitrary manner. Opposition's insistence on JPC probe into 2G spectrum issue continues to disrupt Parliament. Pranab Mukherjee's consultations failed to achieve breakthrough. In Asian Games, shooters continue to disappoint as Samaresh Jung fails to win any medal. Saina Nehwal to start her campaign today. Boxer Vijendra Kumar fights for a place in the quarterfinals. And Eid al-Zuha being celebrated across the country. President and Prime Minister greet the people on the occasion. Hello and welcome to News at this hour. I'm Piyushi Sharman. Let's start with our story on CAG report tabled in the Parliament yesterday. Controller and Auditor General of India yesterday tabled its 77-page report on 2G spectrum allocation in Lok Sabha, holding the entire process arbitrary, unfair, non-transparent and inequitable, criticizing former Telecom Minister A. Raja for favouring industrial houses, including Anil Ambani Group. The Supreme Auditing Body said Raja allotted spectrum ignoring the Prime Minister's advice and caused a loss of 1.76 lakh crore rupees to the Exchequer.
The CAG report on issue of licenses and allocation of 2G spectrum comes down heavily on former Telecom Minister A. Raja. In a scathing criticism, the report alleges that the entire process of allocation lacked transparency and was undertaken in an arbitrary, unfair and inequitable manner. The CAG added that Raja allotted spectrum ignoring the Prime Minister's advice and caused a loss of 1.76 lakh crore rupees to the Exchequer.
The opinion sought by DOT from the Ministry of Law and Justice on its own volition as to how to handle the situation of unprecedented rush of applications in a fair and equitable manner was ignored. The advice which came from the Law Minister himself that the whole issue should be considered by an EGOM was treated as out of context by the Minister of Communication and IT. The Honourable Prime Minister's suggestion regarding need for spectrum pricing through a fair and transparent method of auction for revision of entry fee was also not followed.
The 77-page report of CAG says that due diligence was not followed and even the recommendations of the telecom regulator, TRAI, were not followed in spirit. The report indicts Raja for flouting every canon of financial propriety rules and procedures in favour of some industrial houses by advancing the cut-off date. The CAG observed that 85 licenses out of 122 allotted were given to ineligible applicants. Further, it questioned the Telecom Ministry's decision of keeping the pricing of spectrum out of GOM review.
This report also brings out that of the 122 licenses issued, 85 were to applicants who were ineligible on the date of application. These companies did not satisfy the basic eligibility conditions set by DOT and had suppressed facts, disclosed incomplete information and submitted fictitious documents for getting UAS licenses and thereby access to 2G spectrum.
The report says that introduction of dual technology in year 2007 was done in a hasty and arbitrary manner in violation of a cabinet decision. The CAG in his conclusive note added that there is an imperative need to fix responsibility and enforce accountability for the lapses highlighted in the audit report. Bureau Report, DD News.